Here's problems 3 and 5 from section 9.2. In this problem, we're asked whether the given sigma notation is equivalent to either of these two forms. Well, let's start by writing out what the terms of this first sequence is going to be. When n is 1, I'm going to get 1 minus 1, which is 0. Negative 1 half to the 0th is 1. Well, what about when n is 2? When n is 2, I'm going to get 2 minus 1, which is going to give me 1. So this next term is negative 1 half. What about when n is 3? Well, I'm going to get 3 minus 1, which is going to be 2 for my exponent. And so I'm going to get negative 1 half squared, which is going to be 1/4. And I think we see the general trend here. Next one's going to be negative, and it's going to be 1/8. And the next one's going to be positive, 1/16, and so on. Now, let's see if we get the same thing out of problem number 3. Well, when n is 1, I've got 1 minus 1, which is 0, so I'm going to get negative 1. Now, this negative's on the outside, so it's not affected by the power. I get negative 1, then plus a negative, and now n is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1 half. 2 minus 1 is 1. So this is going to be negative 1 half, and then a positive. The next term is going to be adding, is going to be negative 1/4. You can see by the inclusion of all those negatives that this one is different than our first given series. Well, what about in problem number 5? Well, when n is 0, I've got negative 1 to the 0th, which is 1, and I've got 1 half to the 0th, I've got 1 half. I'll say 1 half to the 0, I'm sorry, it's not 1 half. 1 half to the 0th is 1. Well, that matches. Well, let's try when n is equal to 1 now, the next value in the sequence. So that's going to be adding a negative 1 times 1 half, or this is a negative 1 half, and that matches that value. My next term is going to be when n is equal to 2. When n is 2, I'm going to get a positive 1 there, and I'm going to get a 1/4 here. So I'm going to get a positive 1/4, which matches there. This ends up being a different way of writing the same series that was given to us.